Hi, I'm Ariel Pompucius, a reference and liaison librarian at the University of Florida Health Science Center Libraries. This video discusses the importance of critically evaluating information in a variety of formats and from both scholarly and popular sources. Various information sources require different types of evaluation before the information should be consumed and applied. There are specific criteria for evaluating information that comes from web pages and internet resources, as well as scholarly information. While there are a few basic concepts that apply to evaluating information regardless of format, there are unique elements depending on the type and source of information. When evaluating scholarly information, or information written by experts or scholars, you can think in terms of an initial evaluation and then a more detailed evaluation of the content. Important elements to an initial evaluation include determining the type of publication, author, currency, edition or revision, and source. Type of publication refers to both the format, book, journal, magazine, conference proceeding, dissertation, and the type of publication within the format, report of original research, review, meta-analysis, systematic review, case report, etc. Source refers to the origin of the resource. For articles, source is the journal title. It is helpful to keep in mind that not all journals or documents are created equally. In terms of currency and edition and revision, pay attention to when the material was published. Depending on your research question or topic, the extent to which you need the most current information can vary. Depending on your topic, using an older edition can be problematic because advances in knowledge and theory may invalidate the information. But there are times when you're looking for trends. The trends in treating or not treating pediatric ear infections with antibiotics, for example, and you would want information with a range of publication dates. When evaluating information, a crucial first step is to evaluate the author considering what makes the author an expert on the topic in which they are writing. Keep in mind the following attributes. Author credentials. Where does the author currently work and where did they have previous positions? When and where were the degrees completed? What else has the author published and in what areas? Author impact. Is this author cited by other researchers? There are several sources for this information, including Web of Science, ISI's Highly Cited, and COS Scholar Universe. Author affiliations. Is the author affiliated with a recognized institution or organization? Also consider the objectivity and ask yourself these questions. Is the writing free of bias and emotionally charged language? Are the arguments well supported in the research? Beware of interpretation, especially as authors interpret their research results. Do the interpretations make sense given the data, or are the authors stretching to make conclusions? Some questions to consider when evaluating the audience of a document include, is the document aimed at generalists or specialists? Is the content and language appropriate for the audience and easy for you to understand? Coverage and style addresses whether or not the information is complete and in what style it was written. Scholarly information should have a more formal style, and information for the patients or the general public should be written less formally in an easier to read language. Now that we've considered some of the more basic elements of evaluation, you also have to consider the content of the information, including the type of study and the researcher's methods. Think back to what you've learned so far about levels of evidence and the relative strengths and weaknesses of various study designs. Also consider the research methods and use your knowledge to think about whether the methods were appropriately selected for the study type and if the results and conclusions make sense given the methods. Here's a quick reminder of the levels, or hierarchy of types of evidence. Generally speaking, as you move up the pyramid, the quality of the evidence increases. Now that we've thoroughly discussed topics to consider when evaluating more scholarly types of information, we'll turn our attention to website evaluation. While these concepts may seem basic, they are especially important for critically assessing information before you use it to inform your paper, project, or even clinical practice. Many of the same concepts we discussed regarding evaluating scholarly information also apply to websites, but the unit of evaluation is different. Here are some questions you can ask yourself about each criteria. Accuracy. Is the information based on sound medical research? Can it be verified by another source? Do they cite sources? Are those sources reliable? Are there grammatical and spelling errors? Authority. Who published the page? What are their credentials? Are they backed by a known organization? Are they affiliated with the university? Can you easily find contact information on the page? What is the domain name? Bias, objectivity, is the information showing just one point of view? What kind of institution sponsored the web page? A pharmaceutical or other profit-based company? A nonprofit organization? Is advertising clearly marked? Do the graphics, fonts, and verbiage play to the emotions? Is the author using data improperly to promote a position or a product? Are any potential conflicts of interest reported clearly on the website? Currency. Is there a date on the page? When was the page last updated? Do the links work? Has there been more recent research on the subject? Coverage. Is the information complete? Are there sources provided for more information? As always, please feel free to contact the library if you have any questions, either using our general contact information or by getting in touch with your liaison librarian directly, listed by class on our Liaisons page. For more materials on information resources of all varieties, see our guide, UF Information Resources for Medical Students.